Reading Frieza does two things to you. First, it feels like you've just gone through a psychological battle that was never fully explained. Second, when it ends, you're left with an uncomfortable question. What was all of that really about? Frieza doesn't shock you in obvious ways, it drains you. Its violence feels distant, its characters feels present, yet hollow. And that emotional balance is not a flaw, it's the point. We live in a world where our beliefs don't just shape how we think, but how we perceive reality itself. Those beliefs can protect us, or slowly endanger the way we live. Freesia explores what happens when trauma hardens those beliefs into identities, and what it costs to move forward. So let's step into the world of Frieza, not to summarize it, but to understand the psychology it quietly exposes. The story of Frieza is built on conflicting realities. There's a world as it exists, violent, unstable, indifferent, and then there's the world as people interpret it. As individuals, we don't experience reality directly, we experience it through mental filters, shaped by past experiences, pain, fear, and survival. Trauma doesn't just hurt us, it teaches us what to expect. And over time, those expectations become beliefs. Beliefs shape our thoughts, thoughts shape our actions, and actions become identities. Frieza takes place in an alternative Japan at war, where a law regularizes regulatory killings, allowing victim family to legally execute murderers. Violence becomes institutionalized, procedural, and morally outsourced. Within this system, killing is no longer personal, it's work. And that environment attracts people who are already fractured. The story follows Kano Hiroshi, a man whose grip on reality is already unstable when we meet him. Kano doesn't experience his mental distortion as abnormal. They've been with him for so long that they feel natural at this point. His inner and outer worlds blur, not because he chooses to escape reality, but because reality became unbearable early in his life. As a child, Kano witnessed repeated domestic abuse. He watched his mother suffer, he watched himself suffer, and in a moment of confusion and desperation, he made a decision that resulted in his father's death. That moment fractures everything. What follows isn't just guilt, it's displacement. Kano's mother never truly recovers. Unable to process the trauma, she externalizes it. The pain has to belong somewhere, she thought, and Kano becomes the easiest place to put it in. For a child, being blamed for survival is devastating. For Kano, this becomes the foundation of dissociation. Dissociation isn't forgetting, it's withdrawing. Kano becomes a shell, moving through life on instinct, routine, and social expectation. Detached, functional, empty. That's why he seeks employment in the enforcement agency, not for purpose, but for normalcy. Kano's strange camouflage ability is nothing supernatural at all. It's psychological. He behaves so far outside of what people expect, emotionally flat, mentally displaced, that others misread him. Their assumptions fail, their perception misfires. This isn't power, it's misalignment. Kano doesn't disappear because he's invisible, he disappears because no one knows how to see him. This is dissociation embodied itself. And throughout the story, Kano repeats that he's searching for something. He doesn't know what it is. He only knows something is missing. And to better understand what he's searching for, we need to look at the others around him. Mizoguchi, a senior enforcer, is also searching for that same something. But where Kano withdraws, Mizoguchi dominates. He sees himself as a hunter, everyone else, prey. This worldview isn't born from confidence, it's born from terror. As a rookie, Mizoguchi was nearly killed during an operation where he was used as an expendable bait by his superiors. In that moment, he learned the truth of the system. His life had no inherent value, apparently. To survive psychologically, his mind rebuilt itself around control. If he could become the hunter, then he would never be powerless again, he thought. That identity governs everything he does. His violence, his abuse, His belief that people are predictable, disposable, and beneath him, but trauma-based identities are brittle. When reality challenges them, they collapse. Mizoguchi searches for something to fix his unraveling, but he cannot find it because he refuses to let go of the identity that once kept him alive. Higuchi is searching as well, but unlike the enforcers, her role is informational. She studies targets, she delivers fates. She appears almost prophetic, as if she knows what people will do before they do it. But this isn't foresight, it's fixation. Higuchi is a survivor of sexual violence, an experience defined by helplessness and loss of agency. Kano witnessed it and did nothing, actually. Her psyche adapts by constructing a worldview where suffering is inevitable. If pain is unavoidable, then meaning must come from witnessing it, she thought. She doesn't simply enjoy chaos, she needs it to confirm her reality. That's why growth unsettles her, why hope irritates her, why change feels offensive. If others can move forward, then her suffering loses justification, so she clings to a world where no one escapes. All these characters are searching for the same thing, not redemption, not happiness, but identity, after trauma. Each of them builds a version of that self that once made sense. Kano dissolves, Mizoguchi dominates, Higuchi fixates. But none of these identities allow movement forward, because trauma can explain who you became, but it cannot decide who you remain. The title Frieza is often interpreted as prospects of the future in the manga, but there's another meaning, childlike innocence, and that meaning fits far better. Like children, the characters cling desperately to beliefs that once protected them. They construct internal worlds, they refuse complexities, not out of malice, but fear. Humans don't abandon comforting illusions easily, even when those illusions slowly destroy them. In the end, only Kano reaches that something, late but deliberately. He realizes that survival identities must be killed, just like external threats. His final request to the Phantom, his last illusion, is not power, but communication. A chance to speak directly to us. Not to moralize, but to warn. To face reality as it is, not as trauma paints it. To stop avoiding pain through comforting distortions. And to choose consciously instead of living inside inherent fear. Frieza delivers a heavy experience across its 82 chapters. Its violence is disturbing, its art feels fractured, and its ending refuses comfort. And that's why it lingers. I didn't fully understand Frieza on my first read either. Only after reflection and research did its psychological core begin to surface. If you still have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or join our Discord where we can talk more personally about these kind of things. And I also love to know, what did Frieza feel like to you? I'm Joseph, and I'll see you next time.